And good evening, everybody, and welcome here to Kansas as we're getting ready to wrap up what has been a very exciting race weekend so far. This is race number 18 of the PCSRA Monster Energy Series. After this race, only 8 more races left to go for this series. And this is also the halfway mark in the season for the Monster Energy Series drivers. There's a look at your points going into today's race. Let me zoom out real quickly so you can see the point standings as we're getting set for what has been a very interesting weekend. Of course, we had Truck Series run a night race 2 days ago. Yesterday, we had our afternoon race for the Buffalo Wild Wings Series, and now tonight, we're back under the lights here at Kansas to cap off our race weekend. Noah Parker sits on the pole position, one of our division winners last week at Dover, as he's trying to go back-to-back for the second week in a row. Hopefully that will be the case for him. Alongside is the 53. Nice motivational tutor. That's Scarlett Nelson, who won the Buffalo Wild Wings Series race here yesterday and might have just locked herself back up a spot into this series. Andrew Campbell and Emily Elizabeth, who had a difficult day in yesterday's Buffalo Wild Wings Series race, make up the second row. While these cars are rolling out onto the track, let me show you the rest of the starting grid for today, or for tonight's race, I should say. All the way down to 32nd, couple of drivers there. Alex Hawkins, of course, making his third start of the season. Time for your top 10, the point standings presented by Golden Corral. Help yourself to happiness. Brittany White still is the points leader by 95 points over Katsuro Mirmoez. Ari Springer dropped the spot down to third in the standings, 99 points back, third in points. Valentina Fernandez, 4-time winner this season, 113 points back in fourth. And Maria is fifth. This will be her last start in this series, so that means her playoff hopes are done. We will have Bridget Thomas, Mandry Campbell, Audrey Baranasquez, Brian Gomez, Frida Suarez. That is your top 10. And looks like we have been given a wave off because Henry Williams has a mechanical problem, so that is an automatic wave off. As long as Steven's not coming back this way, we're fine. And do we have another wave off? No, we do not. I think the 29 was just a little slow. Just going to check the field. Making sure nobody has a mechanical problem. All 32 are going to have continued. So whatever the issue was for Henry Williams, they got it fixed, got him back out. They waved off the start, gave the field one more lap just to warm up their tires and stuff. It's a cooler night, 57 degrees. As the lights have come on, the track is going to have a lot more grip. Here we go, the division races for race number 18 of the Monster Energy Series as we cap off our race weekend. We're green from Kansas. I figured since I got off work a little earlier tonight, I decided to say, you know what, let's go ahead and just get this Monster Energy race done over with.
He's like, come on, man, you took me to that club. And he goes, so they play good music. Sorry, I don't mean to be interrupted.
No, you're fine. I was letting you finish.
Oh, yeah, he goes, so they play good music. He goes, what about our trip to California? I wanted to go shopping.
Yep. Noah Parker leads the first lap. What I was getting ready to say before I had to stop talking and let Steven finish his line was that we have raced, of course, we raced at night for trucks, and Buffalo Wild Wings was in daytime conditions. We're back under the lights. Track's going to have a lot more grip, as track temperature is like 80 degrees. And we had a lot of wrecks in our truck race two nights ago. As Noah Parker leads.
One of my cans I thought was empty.
Oh.
Still had some in it.
Lucky.
Yeah. All I have to do is just wait until I can get me some more on Friday.
Yeah, when we go out to eat.
Yeah, I mean.
By the time you're watching this, we already know what we're talking about.
Anyway.
Yeah. And Toby will be excited, and you and I know the sentence, it's another day. And we know Toby's going to say, I'm happy it's Friday, but it's another day to wait. Oh, yellow's out. We had some skid marks in turn number 1 and 2, our first caution of the night. Oh, Edgar Furling's in it. Bridget Thomas, one of the drivers in the playoff grid. Annie Winters. Winters did not have a good run yesterday. Red Riding Hood, two-time winner this season. Mandry Campbell came to pit road for some reason. Not sure what's wrong with the 64. And our first caution of the night comes out. Let's see what caused this little kerfuffle. I said the word kerfuffle, but you know what I mean. Oh, I've seen this replay before. We've seen this before when drivers use the apron on the front straightaway and they come back on. They go down this apron, which has no grip, and that's what happened to Annie Winters. Came up, got Edgar Furlan, got Red Riding Hood, got Bridget Thomas up in the wall. And Frida Suarez just had the left side tires below the yellow line. Remember, there's no out of bounds here at Kansas. I believe the 64 had a mechanical problem or something. I don't know what happened, but nevertheless, got back out. Emily Elizabeth and Prudence Littlejohn on pit road, working on their cars as the first yellow of the night is out. You can check down the description for the timestamps of these division races. But a couple of drivers coming in that are holding a playoff spot, not the way they want to start off this evening.
One look at me and was like, "Is that Vivian's boyfriend?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And she goes, "What's going on, Steve-O?"
Edgar Furlan and Annie Winters out of the race. Of course, Annie Winters didn't have a good run yesterday in the Buffalo Wild Wings series. Mandry Campbell's 3 laps down, and Red Riding Hood is 1 lap down, but Mandry Campbell will be up to speed. Not sure what exactly was the issue on Campbell's card, but that is a tough break for her. As we're back to green.
The bathroom.
Wait, what were you getting in the bathroom, Steven? Okay, thanks. Brian Gomez got some damage to the right side of his Speed Stick Ford Fusion. Bridget Thomas, I don't know where that rear end damage came from. Must have been a stack up under the yellow flag, but that's a tough break for her. Boy, a couple of drivers in the playoff situation not having a very good run. Of course, last week, Jacob Tutu got his 3rd win of the season, put himself back in the top 50 in the points. And now his teammate, Betty Barrett, is now inside the top 50 in points, and now possibly could have another win that could help her lock herself a spot into the playoffs. Of course, the defending champion, Rebecca Hawkins, has not been to victory lane this season. Noah Parker is making his 7th start of the year. So even if he gets a 2nd win, it's not going to be enough for him to make it into the top 30 in the point standings for his wins to count towards a spot into this season's playoffs. But he's trying to go back-to-back, and that's really going to be a challenge. Scarlett Nelson 2nd. Nelson's trying to get the sweep as Frida Suarez has come to pit road. Scarlett Nelson trying to take 2 out of 3. She won the Buffalo Wild Wings Series race yesterday. And that also means Scarlett Nelson got herself in the got a win. She's now in one of those 12 playoff spots, which means Scarlett Nelson could have a chance to come back to the Monster Energy Series if that is indeed the case, as long as she stays in the top 30 in points. She's got 8 races to do that. Of course, she's running a part-time season here, trying to go to victory lane for the first time this season, so she won't be affected by the danger zone. Caution for the 2nd time tonight, and it's Sydney Vortex in trouble. And I believe she's the only one in trouble. A lot of damage to the Buick of Sydney Vortex. Let's take a look at the replay. Oh, got some help from Bo Van Gesset. That would be female abuse. And indeed, that's correct. Oh, the 00, that was... Dang it, I missed it. That was Russell Furling. Thanks for making me miss it, NR, you darping hyena. And the 46 goes spinning. Or should I say the 046, I'm sorry. Goes spinning, no harm, no foul. She continues on. But our second caution of the night. This is starting to sound like our Buffalo Wild Wings. Starting to sound like what we've seen so far this weekend. Even though yesterday in the Buffalo Wild Wings series, we only had one caution. Everything else went clean and green the rest of the way. Which was nice for a change. It's like Frida Suarez made an unscheduled pit stop under that caution. Not sure what was wrong with her car, but that's a tough break for her. Nobody out of the race from that incident. Frida Suarez is back on track now, scored 2 laps down in the 29th position. 27 cars on the lead lap. 30 of our 32 starters are on track, and 2 cars out of the race, Edgar Furling and Annie Winters. Of course, Winters was involved in that wreck. Same with Edgar Furling. They're both into the infield care centers. We're back to green. Red Riding Hood with her damage, not up to speed. The 64 is up to speed. I believe the 086 is also up to speed. And once they get around the 9, they'll gain another position. So far, these drivers going 203, 200 as they're going through the corners. They're running a lot of different lines, like what we saw 2 nights ago. Well, we didn't see that 2 nights ago in our Truck Series race. We didn't see a whole lot of that yesterday in the Buffalo Wild Wings Series race. We're seeing a lot of that here tonight in Monster Energy. After this race, we are halfway through the season for Monster Energy. This is their halfway mark in their season, even though we have 8 more races to go after tonight's race. Of course, Noah Parker trying to have a future in one of the tiers. He will be back full-time next season. He'll be in one of those tier level series next season for Monster. Because Monster will have 3 different tiers, but we'll have a full 36 race calendar. And that means we're going to have a total of... Let me pull up my calculator here to do some deals. We're gonna have like 3 tiers. It'll be 6. We'll have 16. Let's see. It'll be 3 tiers. So we're gonna end up having 48 drivers for next season. Because there will not be a tier 4 because there's only gonna be 3 tiers. Yellow flag one more time. Crash on the front straightaway. A lot of skid marks. Sydney Vortex involved again. So is Zoe Perry. Boy, Sydney Vortex not having a great night. And I was going to also get ready to talk about... Also, you can check down the description for the playoff standings if it were to end today. It's like Bridget Thomas got the wall, came down into Zoe Perry, and then they clipped Sydney Vortex. Bovan Guessett got a small piece of it, and then both of them go up and get the outside safer barrier. I believe we only got away with a 2-car incident. I believe I'm correct. Oh, Red Riding Hood slow on the back straightaway. Guess we had an incident under the yellow. No, I don't know why the 9 was slowing. Not sure what that was really all about. Zoe Perry is out of the race. And we'll head to the infield care center. Yeah, it's down to 56 degrees. It's a really chilly night here in the Midwest of Kansas. Of course, we're racing in nighttime conditions, so it really makes it interesting that nighttime conditions really is going to make things a little bit complicated, if you ask me. Of course, it's about to get nighttime right now. It's like 8 o'clock as I'm recording this, and the sun has not gone down yet. However, I suspect that will change. Of course, we're almost at the end of July as I'm recording this race. And I'll be 1 week into my 28-year-old. That's crazy enough. Green flag back in the air. Looks like the 086 has a mechanical problem. So it looks like Frida Suarez has more issues on her Papyrus Racing Chevy. Andrew Campbell trying to get back on the lead lap, or trying to get one of her laps back. She'll do so. She'll be now 2 laps down. Audra Baranowski is going to try to take the lead. Audra Baranowski, that was really close. Trying to get the lead, but looks like the high side is the preferred line coming off of 2. And Noah Parker is going to keep the lead. Hard to make a pass here on a track like Kansas, especially when this track got resurfaced. And looks like caution flag is out one more time, and Mandry Campbell just got her lap back. Looks like a problem for Henry Williams as he was involved in whatever this incident was. Another caution. Another incident off turn 4. This time got together with Diego Marquez, who hit the outside safer barrier. And Henry Williams ran the side and spun his Captain Morgan Valero Mazda around. And looks like he might get the safer barrier again, just a little bit with the right front fender. Yellow flag out one more time, not a big surprise. Excuse me. And since we're at 10 laps of racing to go, no lap cars to contest with, it will be a single file restart to finish off our first of 4 races here tonight. All 4 of our races will be 41 laps each. Coming into this race, as we're going to take the green flag, coming into this race, the drivers in the danger zone of losing their spots for next season are as follows. Noah Tutu is exempt because he was not feeling good, and it was his first race back last week. Probably have to give him his starts back, so I'll give him his points and all that back. So right now it's Zach Underwood, Sarai Itmed, Samantha. Hang on. I got cut off by the phone. But anyway, the house phone. Zach Underwood, Soraya Itzmed, Emmy Lipson, that's 3. Nicholas Tudge, 4. Rookie Hattie Swore, 5. Tyler Henderson, 6. Sierra Harris, 7. Jake Putnam, 8th. Hannah Smith, 9th. And Hazel Triggs would be 10. How weird is it that a driver who made the playoffs last season in the danger zone today, but once I give Noah Tutu his points back, then Noah Tutu would be in that danger zone, and Hazel Triggs would be the gal on the bubble. Has not been a good season for that 69 bunch. Battle for second between Audra Baranowski and Scarlett Nelson. Of course, Scarlett Nelson won yesterday's Buffalo Wild Wings Series race, and she enters next week's race at Hillside 17th in points. A driver who really struggled so far this season now has finally turned what has been a dismal season around. Of course, she drives for Nathan Orman Motorsports. Andrew Campbell has passed the 086, and once she passes the 9, she'll be now 27th. Excuse me. Sorry for the belch. Let me see. I was trying to find the Arizona Amateur Series schedule, and I can't find it. Let me minimize that. Okay, there's that. There's that. Okay. Sorry, I had to get the, there we go. I had to get the, stuff for the Arizona Amateur Series up. So the Arizona Amateur Series will have Hillside, Charlotte, with all 3 series. Oh, let me get that up. And then they will head to Milwaukee. Trucks will be off. They'll head to Milwaukee, and then we'll have Road America for all 3 for Buffalo Wild Wings and Monster Energy Series. And then we will not see them until Knoxville. I'm going to switch Knoxville and IRP around. So that will be their 9th race. Indianapolis will be 10. And then the rest of the schedule will be normal. So that's the only change for the Arizona Amateur Series. Nothing too major. But at least they're racing 3 straight weeks, which is an A+ for them. With only an off week in between Wisconsin and they may actually race Bristol. Let me see. Did I have Bristol on their schedule before? No, I did not. Okay. Bristol was not on the schedule. Okay. So Knoxville will be race number 9. IRP will be 10. I will make that change before I start their race next week at Hillside. White flag for Noah Parker for the 2nd week in a row. Noah Parker has come alive. He has led from flag to flag on pole, led flag to flag. Going to get his 2nd win of the season, which Lauren Ekstrom has got to be thrilled and happy. What a dominant run for Noah Parker, and he'll take the first race of the evening. Another win for Noah Parker, another win for BMW. Boy, BMW in the last few weeks have really gotten their act together. I know Noah Parker's not going to battle for the championship, but I don't think he cares. He really don't care about a championship. All he cares about is just trying to find victory lane. Man, he is on a tear these last couple of weeks. Lily Gordon 2nd. Audra Baranowski. Scarlett Nelson backs up her win yesterday with a good result. Same with Abigail Furling, who, by the way, was fined $25,000 for her comments about the Furlings making their returns. And also what happened last week. So nice redemption. Yellow is out, but it doesn't matter. Race is over. Mia Watts, Esme Rousseau, Jerry Harvick, Leslie Gordon, Brian Gomez complete the top 10. This will be the last race for Leslie Gordon, because she'll be going full-time in trucks next season. She'll look on down through the remainder of finishing results. Of course, Xavier Alsop will be be off next week. Only Sydney Vortex last on the lead lap. Red Riding Hood, Major Campbell, Frida Suarez. 3 drivers off the lead lap. 3 drivers out. Zoe Perry, Annie Winters, and Edgar Furling. Bill Littlejohn will be back in the car next week at Hillside. So good to have Bill Littlejohn back. So congratulations to Noah Parker on the victory here tonight. And now it's time for the 2nd race of the night. Don't look now. Jacob Tutu could be in that conversation, by the way, of having the number 1 seed going into the reformatted playoff standings. Keep that in mind. I bet Brittany White, Valentina Fernandez, and Samantha Maple, that's the last person they need to say. Surprise! Speaking of Jacob Tutu, he's on the front row. Samantha Greenville's on the pole for this evening's race. Here's the grid, all the way down to 42nd. Samantha Maple, not the qualifying results she wanted here tonight, as the cars are now rolling off behind the pace car. So we start race number 2 of the evening. Jacob Tutu, with his 3rd win of the season last week, is up to 37th in the points. As long as Jacob Tutu keeps himself inside of the top 50 in the point standings, Jacob Tutu is looking comfortable at possibly getting himself a spot confirmed into the playoffs. Jacob has been on a tear of late. Of course, Samantha Maple trying to get her 5th win of the season. Jacob Tutu, if he goes to victory lane tonight for a 4th time this season, he would be tied for the number 1 seed. And knowing Jacob Tutu, the way after what happened in the first half of the season, he has been on fire these last few weeks. His qualifying's been getting better. And team owner Lauren Ekstrom will definitely retain Jacob Tutu next season. And I will get into details about the tier and all that later on down the road. Green flag's out. Also keep an eye on Katsuro Mirmoez, because he's the driver that comes in this race 2nd in the points. If he has a good run today and Brittany White has a bad run today, or tonight, I should say, then we could end up possibly, for the first time in quite some time, have a new points leader on our hands. Oh, Jacob into the wall. Gonna hurt his momentum. First lap is led. Oh, some people are on the apron. Oh, no, this is not gonna end well. Oh, the 0. Oh, my goodness, Jake Putnam on the apron. How did he not wreck 3/4 of the field? Well, yellow is out. As soon as I say that, the yellow flag is out. We're racing back to the line. Jacob Tutu is going to have more problems. Got the 38 in the wall. 4 cars in the grass. Good night. Oh, and Van Dam blew up under the yellow. That's a sucky way to start the race. Timothy Grenville is involved. June Einstein, that's one of the drivers who's trying to make the playoffs. And she was involved. That might be the end of the line for June Einstein trying to make the top 50. She could have not afforded, and oh, we had a lot of cars involved in this. Oh, 43, that's Crystal Fontaine. Timothy Grenville got a piece of it. Paulette Burrows also got a piece of this incident. But June Einstein absolutely did not need this. And June Einstein, who failed to qualify for the race weekend at Ricky, won at Atlanta, but has been involved in multiple incidents. That, my friends, might be the end of the line for June Einstein. She came in this race, let's see, 1643. 62nd in points. Her difficult season continues to get difficult. Jacob Tutu had to come to pit road to repair some damage to his car. I bet the last person that wants to see the 44 have a good run tonight would be Brittany White, because Katsura Ramirez is the guy who's trying to run down Brittany White for the points lead. With him running in second, that's not what Brittany White wanted to see. I bet that's the last thing she wants to see. I have some cars out of this race. Out of the race. Nobody out of the race from that big wreck, but Alexandria Van Dam had an engine failure, so that's a tough break for her. It's not been a good season for Van Dam, unfortunately. Came in this race 69th in points, so not the... Actually, she was tied for 69th in points, so Alexandria Van Dam looks like her season's just not going to get any better. And that's a tough, tough break for her. And we're going to get back to green. Boy, June Einstein cannot have any more problems between now and the regular season checker flag, or she's going to find herself absolutely in a must-win situation. And she looks like has damage. And June Einstein's quest for a third championship looks like appear to be slipping away. Jacob Tutu, whatever happened to his car, probably got tight. And he's just flying through the field like he's a star of a bad racing movie. Oh, Paulette Burrows. No. Paulette Burrows, no! She just took out a bunch of cars. Hazel Triggs, one of the drivers trying to stay in there in the conversation. Samantha Maples involved. Pablo Massa, Marianne Jamestown. This is a big one right here. Oh, Samantha Maple could be out of the top 50. Oh, boy. Just because somebody goes down on the apron just wipes out 2/3 of the field. I just don't understand why the 39's all the way down the apron. She should have just slowed the car down. My goodness. How did Hattie Swore get through that? Wow. How did the 19 get through that incident? And just remember, Hattie Swore came into this race. There's Paula Massa, Hazel Triggs. Definitely a driver who did not need this bad result. Reason I bring that up is because she's also another driver that's in the danger zone of possibly losing her spot in this series. And it's not going to get any better for that GoDaddy Chevrolet team. Well, I don't know why Paulette Burrows went way down there on the apron, carried way too much speed. She should have just backed off knowing that it was not going to work. I mean, I understand you're using the bottom of the racetrack, but you're just carrying way too much speed on the apron, and she should have just slowed it down and not cause a 15-20 car pileup. And I bet there's going to be some explaining to do for that 39. She got held a lap for that. And Hazel Triggs was actually on the outside looking in. Yeah, Hazel Triggs came in this race on the bubble as far as keeping our spot for this series. And being involved, that is not what she needs. That's a good news for the 76 of Hannah Smith. As we're back to green. Out of the race is the 09. That's Samantha Maple. So Maple going to take a hit in the points. Came in this race 23rd in the points. So not the run she would have liked. This is also going to hurt Pablo Massa and trying to keep a playoff spot. Because I don't know who would be in and who would be out. We also need to keep an eye on Jazz Sugartown because she's another driver with 4 wins that could possibly get herself in the top 50 in the point standings. I think Samantha Maple, I think her chances of trying to make the playoffs are pretty much dashed. Because had it not been her win, she's like 135th in points, and she is over 300 points. It's going to be pretty much impossible for Samantha Greenville to get her win to count towards a spot into the playoffs. Even if she gets a second win, I don't think it's going to be enough. Greenville's leading. Battle for second as I missed it because NR wants to go too fast. Ben Tennyson just passed Makoto Tanaka, who DNF'd in yesterday's Buffalo Wild Wings Series race. Not the result she would have liked. Yellow is out again. Oh, Vanellope von Schweetz, Noah Tutu. Nina Cambridge, former winner this season, involved. Boy, Nathan Orman Motorsports has had a miserable season here in the Monster Energy Series, excuse me. And once again, it's another driver going on the apron. This time, Nina Cambridge, but Karmic Retribution got Noah. Wow, Noah Tutu took another hard hit. Got Vanellope von Schweetz. Schweetz had nowhere to go. Nothing that Vanellope could have done to prevent this. And those two are out of the race. More than likely, that's going to take both of them out of any chances of making it into the playoffs. I don't need to go anywhere tonight because I've already got dessert in my room. Because now I have 16 cookies. After I only had 8. I'm actually going to go get me a cookie after this. Samantha Greenville, all she's going to hope for is just try to get the victory lane. She's the only Holden driver that I know of has been to victory lane this season. Timothy Grenville has not been to victory lane this season. And I'm going to have to see how many drivers we have inside the top 50 in points that have a win. We already know Brittany White, Valentina Fernandez, as we're back to green, and Samantha Maple were inside the top 50 in points. Jacob Tutu would be in because he has 3 wins this season. Another win for him, it would be 4. And where's Jacob running? He's in 18th. Jacob Tutu's just trying to make sure that his 3 wins would count towards a spot into the playoffs, as he's just getting around the 39. He's like, I got to get going right now. Somebody just scraped the wall ahead of him. So Jacob Tutu knows it's time to go. Annie Einstein having a good run here tonight. There's Morgan Henderson. And we'll figure out how the tiers will work for 2024. Samantha Greenville leads. Battle for second between McGinnis and Tanaka. Tanaka's a former winner this season. Let's go 3 wide. Second in points. Katsura Mirwaz. The last person that wants to see that would be Brittany White. Because if Brittany White has a bad result, Katsura Mirwaz would take the points lead heading into next week. Of course, remember, Chevy SS has been to victory lane. Chevy Impala has not. Ooh, they almost put Ben Tennyson up into the wall. That would have not pleased Paulette Burrows. Katsuro's just trying to chase down Samantha Greenville, but I think it could be too little too late. But where he's running, this could really be a big one. Out of the race after that incident, I forgot to document this, Vanellope von Schweetz and Noah Tutu. Boy, Noah has had an awful season. Once they get his starts back, he is going to be in big trouble because with him being back from his injury, I don't think, and Noah Tutu could be in the danger zone of losing his spot for next season once they give him his starts back. I may do that before I do the points. Oh boy, that is not good news for Noah Tutu. So that means one Tutu driver is going to be safe. The other one is in danger of losing his spot. The only way you would not be in the danger zone is if you have a win, which Greenville has a win, and she is safe. And she will live to race another day. Also to mention next season, we're going to have a new rule change in regards of the danger zone for next season for the Monster Energy Series, which actually I'm going to discuss that in a separate video. I don't want to discuss it right now. Oh, Nina Cambridge just puts Greenville on the wall. Nina Cambridge was not paying any attention whatsoever. Nearly LePage the leader. That would have not set well with the officials because the officials would not take too kindly to a lap car being disrespectful to leaders, now holding up the 44. Don't think Katsura was too impressed with that. Neither was Makoto Tanaka. Don't think Nina Cambridge is going to be on the gift card list for Samantha Greenville. I can tell you that for sure. And Cambridge, I know, came as race 47th in the points. She's going to be outside the top 50 in points leaving tonight. Of course, Riley Anderson came in this race in that critical 50th in the points, and she'll be in the next race coming up. Okay, great. Okay, Timothy, that was a little bit close there, amigo. Caution. Oh, Cambridge. I bet you a lap car, I bet you she had something to do with a lead lap car, why she got turned around. As we're racing it back to the line. Paulette Burrow's going to let go. That's an incident in turn number 3. And Nina Cambridge, who nearly put the leader in the wall, just got wrecked by Mackenzie Thompson. Yeah, and the Zero was not paying any attention. I can tell you that for sure. And that was an absolutely... I mean, Mackenzie Thompson driving for Stuart Haas Audi Racing. This one's out of Bumgarner Motorsports, so... I bet you team owner Chloe Bumgarner's not going to be too impressed. But then again, Nina Cambridge nearly put the leader in the wall. Or actually did put the leader in the wall. And Nina Cambridge has been called to the big green truck for a discussion with the officials why she did that. I understand she's having a frustrating night, but there's no reason why you shouldn't be putting the leader in the wall there, amigo. You know you could have gotten out of the way and not do that, even though the leader had a hell of a run. So Greenville not too happy with the Zero. The officials not too happy with the Zero. And the 4 car's not too happy with the Zero for some reason. Zero's out of the race, and also the 22 of Alice Kitchens out of the race with a engine failure. So a tough break for her. Zero's been asked to see the officials in the hauler. Noah Tutu and Vanellope von Schweetz have been released from the medical center, along with the 09. The 02 was out of the race due to a mechanical failure. Has not been a good season for Van Dam. Coming up to 5 to go. Before I start Division 3, I'm going to go get me some cookies. Make sure nobody breaks into my room so I can have a sweet treat. Because I know Mario gave that to me, the extra cookies. The original cookies is in my closet, which I have it in there, and I don't want Toby to be rude. There's Jake Putnam having a good run in 8th. Jacob Tutu, he's doing his championship hopes a whole lot of good, as he's going to more than likely get himself back and keep himself in the top 50 in the points. Jacob Tutu could be confirming himself a spot into the playoffs. Greenville just trying to find many trips to victory lane she can. She knows she will be sick. She knows she's safe from losing her spot next season. So she will not have that to worry about. The 44 is trying to have a good run to put a lot of pressure on Brittany White for the points lead. Also, the 17 of Amber Whitecastle has a 5-point lead on London Jackson, the gal that's trying to run her down for the Rookie of the Year honors. Let's not forget that we saw that bonus race for the drivers at D&Q Talent, or D&Q to Kansas, or not Kansas, Ricky, excuse me. That was the track I was trying to think of. White flag for Samantha Greenville. One more time around. Looks like a good chance one of our one-time winners will miss the playoffs. Unless they get a second win, then they could then they could be in the playoff conversation. Second win, it will be the second win for Holden, second win for Greenville, as the number 33 Holden out of Grenville Motorsports off turn 4. Samantha Greenville gets her second win of the season, winning tonight here at Kansas in race number 2. A good job from that 33 team. Standings are not yet official. Waiting for everything to be official. Now it is official. That's not what I want. That's what I want. Thank you. Good run for Greenville. Tanaka so close second. Jake Putnam, good run for him in third. Jacob Tutu making his way through the points as usual. 37th in points. He might have just got himself in the top 35 leaving tonight's race, so good for him. Katsura Miram was 5th. That is not good news for Brittany White. That's a big worrisome if I'm the 45 team. Tony Lopez 6th. Kelsey Hobbs 7th. Darby King 8th. Amanda Wallace 9th. Anna McGinnis 10th. Looking down through the remainder of the finishing results, 34, excuse me. Finished on the lead lap. Mary and Jamestown, the last of them. June Einstein, 29th. Not going to get it done. I think June Einstein's going to be in a must-win situation trying to make the playoffs. Annie Einstein, same for her. Paulette Burrows, Timothy Grenville were off the lead lap. Burrows still has that trip to race control, I was just told just now. And then everybody else out of the race, Nina Cambridge, once she's released from the care center, she has that meeting also in the big green truck with race control. So this will not affect the playoffs because Greenville's way down there in points. So, but a win is a win for that 33. Now, before we get started with race number 3 and I go get a cookie, or actually took 2 cookies because you know how I am as far as cookies are concerned. Oh, I forgot to change the team. I'll have to do that in just a second for Hannah Smith. I need to do something real quick. So, yeah. All right. All right. Let's go get. I'll go get a cookie while the grid's getting formed up. Let me just shut up the official before he pisses me off. Knowing how the officials will say. Oh, no, I was on the wrong division. Son of a bitch. Hang on. Wrong division. That's not the right... That's the wrong division, DV. GG. Having one of those moments. That's not the right division, DV, you derping hyena. Sorry, that was a little bit of brain dead. Okay, while this is gonna go on, go get my cookie and cookies, I'll be back. Please hit acceleration, thank you. Hannah Smith on pole. That's a driver who needs a good run. I'm making a mess that I shouldn't be doing. If Toby's screaming, that's good. Toby loves to scream. That's good. That's good. That's good. 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 If you'd like to make a call, please hang up and try again. Okay, whatever. I need to stop doing that. So Hannah Smith on the pole needs a good run today to get herself a win. Could save her from losing her spot into the dropping her to Buffalo Wild Wings. Same with Soraya Itzmet. That's a couple of Lincoln Continentals trying to save themselves from losing their spots. Betty Johnson, a win for her could put her in the conversation of making it into the playoffs. There's the top 28. Here is the rest. Jazz Sugartown needs a good run today. Have a chance to make it in the top 50 in the points for that win to count towards a spot into the playoffs. Cars have now rolled off behind the pace bump. I'll have the light on in a little bit. Now it's starting to get really dark out there. At least I did this at sunset, so So these two comes in this race in the danger zone. Betty Johnson's trying to make the playoffs. If Hannah Smith and Soraya Itmed want to win, they better do it now so that way they can save themselves from losing a spot. There's the points leader, Brittany White. I also forgot to mention this. Amanda Scoutmaster has been cleared to race after her frightening accident last week at Dover, which I'm thankful she's okay. You can go away, thank you very much. Stupid thing keeps doing the virus bullshit. I'll worry about the blinds later. All right, Hannah Smith, Betty Johnson, Soraya Itman going to bring the field to the green. And we're green here at Kansas. Betty Johnson should have won last week's race if she didn't have a mechanical problem. Lincoln has yet to go to victory lane this season. In fact, they have never won in the PCSRA this season. So if Lincoln wants to go to victory lane, they better do it now. Hannah Smith will lead the first lap. Soraya is in third. These two need good runs. A win for either of them, they have saved themselves from being in the danger zone. Because Hannah Smith is getting closer. Or actually, let me rephrase that. Hannah Smith's in the danger zone. Yellow is out for the first time in this one. Arlonzo Carrera. Oh, Nicholas Dutch, one of the drivers in the danger zone. Kevin Joseph, last week's winner. Sandy Stewart is involved. Hannah Blue Jay. Stephanie Robertson. Chloe Carmichael. Stephanie Driscoll in her final start. Isabel Colombo. Amanda Scoutmaster for the second week in a row. Emily Hong is in it. Chloe Erickson's in it. Holly Wilkins, a former winner. That might just take her out of conversation of a playoff spot. Possibly Jazz Sugartown. I don't see any damage. Brooklyn Carter's got damage. And who's up there smoking? Samuel Fisher's in it. Sally Foster. Abby Goodman, William Johnson. That's the Nicholas Dutch machine. He's all torn up. Let's see what in the world happened. And we saw it time and time again. Caitlin Roy, I believe, was a part of this as well. That's another driver who did not afford a bad... Wow, look at the 48. Holy cow, he went over the top of the 52. Oh, Sandy Stewart with a wild ride. Good Lord. 2 weeks in a row and on top of the 66. Holy cow. 2 weeks in a row, we've had a vicious accident. Last week was Scoutmaster's wreck. This one was worse than last week. Except the only catch was, look at the cars. Look at this. Chloe Erickson's in it. Look at that. That is incredible. Leo Einstein. A bad night for Einstein Motorsports just got worse. Look at that. That is the big one. That is the big one. That is no doubtably the big one, ladies and gentlemen. And Jazz Sugartown was involved. She did not need this. And it was her mistake because she just ran the back of the Reebok Ford. So Jazz Sugartown was collected in this, and this was not what she needed. Doesn't look like she's got a lot of damage on her Audi, but my goodness. That's a lot of cars involved in that one. A lot of drivers collected in this. Good night. We're going to have a lot of drivers out of this one. A lot. Oh boy, that was a bigger wreck than what we didn't need. Out of the race, surprisingly, only took 5 of them out. Leo Einstein's out. Leo Einstein could kiss his championship hopes goodbye. Bye. 44th in the points. Holly Wilkins going to definitely take a hit. So Holly Wilkins and Leo Einstein's chances of staying in the top 50 in the points just took a hit. Arlanzo Carrera out of the race. Kevin Joseph out of the race, as well as Isabel Colombo and Nicholas Dutch. That will keep Nicholas Dutch in the danger zone of losing his spot for next season. Back to green. Betty Johnson, Hannah Smith, Soraya Itmed, the top three. Betty Johnson, the only one of the three inside the top 50 in points. So if she were to go to victory lane tonight, she would be into the playoffs. And she would love to make the playoffs. Hannah Smith would love to win to save herself from being in the danger zone of losing her spot and dropping the Buffalo Wild Wings series. That's something Cody Smart needs to know. Because like I said, none of the Lincoln Enterprises cars have been to victory lane this season. The Smart Lincoln Enterprise cars, I should say. None of their entries have been to victory lane this season. Soraya could have won last week, but had a mechanical failure. Betty Johnson should have won last week at Dover, but had a mechanical problem. And came back to finish 6th. And Hannah Smith, well, it's not been a good season for her. Let me go ahead and change the let me close the blinds. More like it. Okay, there we go. It's starting to get darker. Let me go ahead and change the light visibility. There we go. That's more like it. Apology if the camera's looking weird. Betty Johnson leads. Soraya Itmed 3rd. Kenneth Ayers in 4th. That's Amber Rowland in 5th. Brittany White, the points leader, in 6th, trying to not lose much more points to the driver who's trying to run her down for the points lead. 7th is Amber Downey. Battle for 8th between Truman X. Truman will get 8. Sierra Harris back to 9th, and Chloe Bumgarner completes the top 10. A good run for Chloe Bumgarner this season. But it's Betty Johnson leading the way, but this is a well-needed run for both Soraya Itmed and Hannah Blue Jay, trying to get out of the danger zone of losing their spots. And Cody does not want to see both girls on that Lincoln team drop. This is also good news for another driver that's a former winner this season, Betty Barrett. Oh, Robertson just put Betty Johnson in the wall, not paying any attention. And now she's holding up the 76, allowing Betty Johnson to pull away. Betty Johnson would love to win tonight just to get her playoff spot out of the way. Betty Johnson came in this race 27th in points, 8 top 10s this season. Not too bad for the young Australian driver. She's yet to record a top 5 this season. And now she's being held up by the 67. She doesn't know which way to go. She's going to have to go to the bottom. Going to lose some time. It's now almost a 2.5 second lead on Hannah Smith. Hannah Smith trying to chase down Betty Johnson. I'll be catching Chloe Carmichael. Let's go on board Betty Johnson, the Wilson security cam. As she got held up a little bit by Chloe Carmichael. And she's having a difficult time trying to get around Driscoll. We'll get around Erickson without a problem. Of course, Chloe Erickson's teammates with Betty Johnson at World NOS Racing. And Chloe Erickson's being a great teammate and just holding up Stephanie Driscoll. So Chloe moved out of her teammate's way, being a gracious backmarker to her teammate. Betty Johnson says, thank you, Chloe Erickson. And Chloe Erickson decided to be a great teammate and just hold up I think Chloe knew the leaders were coming. And Chloe still being a great teammate, just holding the 51 up and doing all that. So Chloe Erickson's being a great teammate. Sandy, that's your teammate. There you go, Sandy. She realized Betty Johnson was coming up. Let's see how great of a teammate the 80 will be. And a Blue Jay going a lap down. As I just missed. And now Sandy Stewart being a great teammate to Betty Johnson, holding up the 76. Oh, Betty Johnson's teammate just being a great teammate, just letting her get away. Nearly got put in the wall by the 66 again. That 66 is about to cause a damn accident. Just held up the 76. And the 76 of Hannah Smith gave the one-finger salute to the 66 on the way by, which I'm not too surprised about that. Also, Betty Johnson trying to become, let me see here, Betty Johnson trying to become, I believe, let's see, Sandy Stewart won this season, and Ben Erickson has won this season. So Betty Johnson trying to become the third different World NOS Racing driver to go to victory lane this season. It would be the second win as Brooklyn Carter, not paying any attention, nearly just wrecked the Wilson Security Hyundai Sonata. Bet Betty Johnson won't be happy with Taylor, excuse me. I almost said Fitzwater, but I corrected myself. That's Zachary Taylor's driver, Brooklyn Carter. Don't think Betty Johnson will be too impressed with Brooklyn Carter, because Brooklyn nearly just took out the leader. And that would have not sat well with Luke Knight, because Luke Knight would have ran over Taylor, and Taylor would have been triggered about that, as Samuel Fisher, not putting up a fight, just lets Betty Johnson go. Of course, Samuel Fisher will be back next season. And of course, Betty Johnson, she won 3 races last season in Oreo Cup Series, but was not high enough in points for those 3 wins to count for a playoff spot. If she would have made the playoffs, she would have already been eliminated from the first round, to be honest with you, as Amanda Scoutmaster's coming to pit road. So that's one way to move out of the leader's way. Scoutmaster's got problems. Emmy Lipson's out of the race with a valve problem. Boy, Emmy Lipson is having a miserable season. A miserable season. Unless she wins a race, I have a bad feeling Max Lipson's going to be up in the Monster Energy Series with that little sis. Yellow is out. We had a wreck on the front straightaway. Betty Johnson's got to slow down. Look out, look out, look out! Look out! Ooh, Betty Johnson just slammed on the brakes. Looks like we had an incident with Emily Hong and a couple of cars on the apron. Betty Johnson about to give me a damn heart attack. And that caution was not what she needed. William Johnson involved. That is her brother, by the way. Chloe Erickson had to slam on the brakes not to cause an incident. That was close. As long as nobody, I think Jazz Sugartown got collected again. Boy, Abby Goodman's involved. I didn't see her involved. Chloe Bumgarner, who had a good run today. And looks like German X just committed not only female abuse, looks like we had a lap car just caused this wreck. Holly came up, got the wall, and nowhere for Truman X to go. So a lap car decides to cause this big wreck. Bumgarner gets into the Holly Wilkins. Oh, Lisa Simpson involved. The points leader's in Brittany White. Oh boy, Brittany White was collected in this. And that's good news for the driver who's trying to run her down for the points lead. Oh, there's how Abby Goodman got a piece of it. But Brittany White was involved. And that was what Katsuro Amirmoez wanted to see. And Brittany White's points lead is in serious jeopardy. She may not be the points leader after tonight's race. Truman X got clobbered. Caitlin Roy, that's another driver who was on the bubble as far as trying to keep her spot in this series. The good news is for her, the gal that was trying to run her down for that spot, the 10 of Hazel Triggs ran into trouble. Abby Goodman in the 58. Of course, she's been in that ride for majority of the races. But the points leader was involved. Holly Wilkins is out of the race. And Betty Johnson did not need to see this yellow. Brooklyn Carter's got an issue. Brooklyn Carter's been asked to see the officials after the race. So has Holly Wilkins. Because Holly Wilkins just caused a wreck as we're back to green. Caused a wreck with Truman X. I don't think Truman X is going to be happy. Holly Wilkins, William Johnson, Truman X, Chloe Bumgarner, Lisa Simpson, Abby Goodman. Let me make sure that's Abby Goodman in the 58. It is. Caitlin Roy and the points leader, Brittany White, which means Katsuro Amirmoez with his second place result tonight we'll have a new points leader for the first time in a while. It's been a while since we've had a new points leader. But Katsuro Mirwais with his second place result, as of now, could be leading the points leaving tonight's race. The only driver he's got to worry about, the gal in fourth. That's Valentina Fernandez. Hannah Smith trying to take the lead from Betty Johnson. This is good news for Hannah Smith. This could get her out of the danger zone and get her back up the points table. Betty Johnson's trying to make the playoffs. Hannah Smith, a win for her. That's a safety. She would be safe and live to see another, and live to race another day. It looks like she just got the wall a little bit. Betty Johnson's going to go back to the lead. Soraya Itmed, this is a well-needed run for those two. The two Lincolns needed a good run tonight. Hannah Smith came in this race 125th in points. This will definitely put Hazel Triggs and Caitlin Roy. Also, Brooklyn Carter was another driver that if she had a bad result, she could fall outside the danger zone of losing her spot. Hattie Swar had an okay run. Tyler Henderson's going to be in the danger zone still. Brooklyn Carter running in 21st. That's not good. Not a good run for her. Betty Johnson trying to keep Hannah Smith at bay. Whether she wins this race or not, Soraya Itmed and Hannah Smith are going to be very lucky as we got 2 to go. They're going to be lucky. They're going to have a huge points day. They absolutely needed it because it has not been a good season for those two. And Soraya and Hannah Smith's going to take the lead as we're coming to the white flag. It would be the first win of the season for Lincoln if they can hang on. Betty Johnson has one more shot. Oh, here she comes. Here she comes. It's going to be too late. Hannah Smith's going to get her first win of the season. Wins at Kansas. And that might have just saved Hannah Smith from dropping to Buffalo Wild Wings. Hannah Smith, you lived to race in the Monster Energy Series another season. And she was the first driver on the outside looking in, came in this race 125th in points. Hannah Smith, you lived to race another day. Soraya Itmed third. Betty Johnson so close. Still a good points day. Kenneth Anderson fourth. Amber Rowland fifth. Amber Downey, Mike Chilton, well-needed run. Same with Jazz Sugartown in eighth. Sarah Redmond, Gwen Tennyson in the top 10. So a great night for the Lincolns. So look on down through the range of the results. 28 on the lead lap, 17 in the race. Good run for Erica Douglas. Out of the race, Brittany White, Caitlin Roy, Abby Goodman, Lisa Simpson, Chloe Bumgarner, Trumax, William Johnson, Holly Wilkins, Emmy Lipson. Emmy Lipson's right now in danger of losing her spot if she doesn't get going. Isabel Colombo, Nicholas Dutch, Arlonzo Carrera, Kevin Joseph, and Leo Einstein. But congratulations to Hannah Smith. That right there, that victory for the 76 team has just saved her from losing her spot into next season. So let me make sure to say the results before I forget. Otherwise, I'm going to screw somebody, and I don't want to do that because somebody would kill me for that. Okay, now you've been saved. Let me make sure to confirm that. Okie dokie, you have been saved. Alright, let's go to the last race of the night. Okay, don't do that again, Boyles. I will just go bananas. Betty Johnson has had more top 10s, yet has not been to victory lane this season. let's see if somebody like Annie Thomas or them can do that. 1563, 99th in points. Even if Annie Thomas were to go to victory lane, it would not be enough for her to get in the playoffs, however. But she's going to give it a try. And of course, the danger zone is going to be changed up a bit. By the way, Megan Jones, who been running part-time, I don't think it's going to affect her. Annie Thomas on the pole, Betty Barrett in 28th. We'll see if that streak of her good runs continues up. Annie Thomas just trying to find victory lane for the first time this season. Valentina Fernandez came in this race 4th in the points, and with the misfortunes of Brittany White, could be 2nd in points leaving tonight's race. Rebecca Hawkins, the defending champion, has not been to victory lane this season. Get ready for a point shakeup because we're in for one. Last race of the 9, then I will be heading to my room because it's almost 10 o'clock. Well, actually, it's past 9, but we're getting closer to have to be in our rooms at 10. At least I decided to do this race now, and I don't have to deal with it tomorrow. So Hannah Smith will live to see another race and another season. We'll see if Soraya did enough to get herself out of that danger zone. Green flag's out for the final race of the night. Annie Thomas got off to a flyer of a start. Annie Thomas came in this race 99th in points. This is her 2nd pole in a row, still trying to find victory lane for the first time this season. Level 0 hit the wall, and we're already under yellow. Oh, big wreck! Whitney Wolf, Dylan Cunningham, Lauren Ekstrom, Wyatt Beanstalk is all torn up. Lauren Ekstrom could be having her chances of missing the playoffs the way things have been looking for that 73 bunch. See what caused this one. It's like Kelly Moore got the wall, got Whitney Wolf, got Dylan Cunningham. Lyndon Jackson might have got a small piece of it. Zach Underwood, by the way, we need to keep an eye on him. He's a driver that's in the danger zone. He's the last driver actually to be out in the danger zone of possibly losing his spot for next season. Oh boy. That did not take long for our first wreck of the night. Kyle Sutton's out of the race with an engine failure, so that's a tough break for him. Ben Erickson needs a win. We're also going to keep an eye on the Rookie of the Year points leader. Boy, Rookie of the Year is going to get shaken up big time heading into next week at Hillside. Can Annie Thomas get a win? Her girlfriend Betty Johnson didn't. Of course, Annie Thomas and Betty Johnson, the only lesbian couple That's married, so that's good. Green flag back in the air. Lauren Ekstrom. $1,596. Lauren Ekstrom, 85th in points. I think her chances of making the playoffs are pretty much going to be bad. Oh, got another wreck on turn number. Oh, that's Alina Saiton making her final start. Melissa Cooper is torn up. Amber Whitecastle, the rookie points leader. Oh, we had another wreck on the front stretch. Ben Erickson, Wyatt Garcia, Maria Nowicki, Sandy Watson. Betty Barrett, who's in the top 50. Oh. That could be bad news for Betty Barrett. Oh, goodness. Oh, my goodness. Red flag immediately. Red flag immediately. We have had a serious accident. I wanted the 99, you derping hyena game. Same thing we saw earlier tonight. We've seen this time and time again. Just carried way too much speed. And Barrett just got hit by Ben Erickson. There's how Alina Saiton got a piece of it. That's big because the 17 was involved. That is the Rookie of the Year points leader. And that's good for London Jackson because she's the gal that's trying to run down Amber Whitecastle for the Rookie of the Year honors. So that's what happened there. Then what happened over on the front stretch with Sandy Watson? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Oh, we had a spin. That would be Wyatt Garcia. This is coming back to the yellow, may I point out. It's like the 36, or the 036, excuse me. That was, or 360 of Quentin Honeysett. Of course, he used to race this car last season. And Bouvier got a slight piece of it. There's how Sandy Watson got a piece of this wreck. I don't think it is over, if I'm correct. Unless I'm mistakenly wrong. No, I am not mistakenly wrong. Oh, boy. But Betty Barrett, this is not good news. This will take her possibly going to take a hit. Betty Barrett came in this race 43rd in the points. That might have just took her out of the top 50 just like that. So Betty Barrett's good form is going to come to a screeching halt. And now could be outside the top 50 in points. There's a lot of drivers outside the top 50 in points. Ben Erickson, of course, he was involved. Ben Erickson's going to have to find out what's going on. We're about to go back to green. Get ready for a points shakeup because we're about to have one. Out of the race after that incident, Betty Barrett, Whitney Wolf is out. Amber Whitecastle, 36. Wyatt Garcia, Sandy Stewart. Also, the 12 Melissa Cooper, the 82 of Alina Saitin is out of Alina Saitin's out of the race. And that's in. They joined the 66 and the 73 back behind the wall. My goodness. Annie Thomas continues to lead. She's already got 5 points, was actually tied with Maria Nowicki. She's actually going to start jumping ahead of drivers ahead of her in points who have had troubles today. So could we see the 2015 series champion have a late case of possibly putting herself in a chance for a second championship? We will have to wait and see. We talked about Betty Johnson came up short of being the third World NOS Racing driver to go to victory lane this season. Well, can Annie Thomas do that? Well, she's going to have to try on the restart because we have a yellow flag, and it's a second in points, London Jackson. So two of the top two in the Rookie of the Year honors have had trouble. Wyatt Beanstalk's been a bad night for, if you're a Pontiac. Oh boy. So the top two in the Rookie of the Year honors have had trouble. Also, Kelly Moore was in it. This is not good news for Kelly because she's trying to get in the top 50 in points. Came as race 5 points back of 50th in the standings. That was occupied by Riley Anderson. Oh boy. London Jackson just did not need this result. Annie Thomas is saying, come on, mate. Not again. $20 laps to go here in this race. These drivers will have a shower. Annie Thomas just wants to go to victory lane. She's like, I want to go to victory lane. I want to go to victory lane. And she's probably already picked up 5 bonus points for leading the most laps, so she's got 73. She's about to start skyrocketing high enough in points. But a second place for Valentina Fernandez could put her probably in a good spot to possibly get closer to Brittany White. She might actually pass Brittany White because she finished 29th. Katsura Mirmoz came as race second in points, finished in second in his division race. So it looks like we are confirmed Katsura Mirmoz will take the points lead heading into next week. Annie Thomas, the 27-year-old, cautions out again from Melbourne. Kelly Moore's involved in another wreck. Violet Jackson's involved in another wreck too. Okay, Annie, slow down, slow down, slow down, slow down, slow down. Don't run the back of anybody, just slow down. Yellow is out. Boy, Violet Jackson has had a oh, wow. And looks like she got the wall, came down, got Luke Cage. That's exactly what happened. Ooh, Dylan Cunningham. I said Danny Rant did not. Don't think she had any roof damage. No, she didn't. The car just died on her. Danny Rant's out of the race. Luke Cage did continue on. After this race is over, we will send it down to Cody Smart and company for the post-race show, along with the Triple B clan when this race is over tonight. They'll recap this race. They'll go over the rest of the news and notes around the PCSRA, their final thoughts on tonight's races, and also this race weekend. And a preview of next weekend when we head to Hillside. Back to green. Oh 066083 out of the race. Annie Thomas has really dominated this race. Valentina Fernandez looking like she's going to stay in the top 5 in the points leaving tonight. Going to run for Bonia Mirmoez. Still trying to find victory lane for the first time this season. 94th in points. Gloria Tucker 4th. Brianna Knight 5th. 6th, Megan Jones. Luke Knight 7th. Rebecca Hawkins 8th. 9th is Reagan Whitlock. And 9th will be Hermione Sweet, and Reagan Whitlock would be 10th. Back up front with the M&M Carmel Wilson Security Foster's Hyundai Sonata out of World NOS Racing. Annie Thomas trying to get a win. She comes into this race more than likely in a must-win situation. She's got 8 races after tonight to try to get herself back into the conversation of going for her second championship. Yellow is out. Strawberry Lawson was involved in whatever this caution is. And another restart Annie Thomas will have to defend. And she got turned by Maddie Crenshaw. Maddie just ran over the FedEx Toyota right in front of Brenda Eveling. Brenda Eveling did a good job avoiding that in the nationwide. Oh! in Nationwide Insurance Chevrolet. Oh, no, 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 no. We've just had a wreck under the yellow and London Jackson's involved. What on Maybells of sex toys was that all about? Oh, Gloria Tucker caused this. This is coming back to the yellow. And Hermione Sweet just didn't pay attention, just ran the Sam Adams Subaru up into the wall. Not sure what that was really all about. Gloria Tucker not too happy with the 035, and then I think that's a Holden if I'm correct. Yes, it is a Holden. Okay, I just want to make sure. And then I really don't know what she was thinking. So she's trying to get back going, and wow, right in the middle of the racing line, and then London Jackson nowhere to go. Well, Wyatt Beanstalk just set over the 035. That's female abuse. Gloria Tucker not too impressed. Just took herself out of the race. Hermione Sweet did as well. They flipped the car back over, climbed out of the car. I seriously doubt the officials are happy with Hermione Sweet, and they've asked her to see her in the big green truck when she is released from the care center. It will now be a 3-lap dash. Two to go. Annie Thomas leading flag to flag. And looks like she's going to probably get the job done. What a beautiful night for Hyundai Sonata. It will be their second win of the season. White flag is out for the 2015 Series champ. She's down the back straightaway, just gets through 3 and 4. The 2015 Series champion has had a struggling season tonight. That will come to an end. First win of the season for Annie Thomas. She will win the last race of the night here at Kansas. And now the question is, does Annie Thomas have enough time to go to try to get some more wins to get herself into the top 50 in points so she can go for her second championship in her career? She becomes the third World NOS Racing driver to go to victory lane this evening and of the season. Standings are now indeed official. Annie Thomas, the winner. Valentina Fernandez, second. She'll stay in the top 5 in the points leaving tonight. Ebony Mirwest, Megan Jones, Luke Knight, top 5. Then it's Whitlock, Lynn, Rebecca Hawkins, Alita Perez, and Bouvier. 25 on the lead lap. Luke Cage lasted him. Zach Underwood was the only one finished a lap down, and everybody else finished out of the race. Look at that. I got it done before the 10 o'clock deadline. Good for me. That's going to do it, however, here at Kansas tonight. Congratulations to our 4 winners. Annie Thomas becomes the second Thomas sister to go to victory lane this season. Bridget Thomas was the other earlier on this season. Now, does Annie Thomas have a chance to possibly join her sister to go for her second championship? We're going to find out. Hope you guys enjoyed this evening's 4 races here at Kansas. If you did, be sure to give this video a like, subscribe to become part of the PCSRA crew today. We've shown your full finisher results. You will see your updated rookie points and overall points because it got shooken up big time heading into your pre-race show next week from Hillside. We will have AutoZone Amateur Series, Coca-Cola Truck Series, Buffalo Wild Wings Series, and the Monster Energy Series drivers, excuse me. Sorry for the hiccups. All coming your way from the famous Hillside International Speedway up in Connecticut. Should be a lot of fun. Till then, I've been Dean DeVolo signing off, and you have been watching yet another broadcast of the PCSRA, the best center racing since 2017. Good night from Kansas, everybody.